And as we prepare for week 3 of the 2011 session, a week of greatly anticipation as the budget allocations are scheduled to be released to the 12 appropriations committees, lawmakers will be faced with their biggest challenge of the session in passing a new state budget that takes effect on July 1st, and will do so without any federal stimulus dollars or any other additional revenue sources. As both Senate President Mike Karadopoulos and Speaker Dean Cannon have made it crystal clear that there will be no new taxes to help offset the shortage of cash on hand. And with state economists reporting last week that revenue estimates for next year have declined, increasing the shortfall from $3.6 billion to just under $3.8 billion, along with the possibility of adding an additional $2 billion to the shortfall if Governor Rick Scott convinces the legislature to reduce the local school property tax rate and the Florida corporate income tax rate, as well as the need to keep at least $1 billion in reserve to maintain the state's favorable bond rating. This will certainly lead to cuts in all major state programs and heartburn for those elected to carry out this task over the next 6 weeks. I think the second biggest challenge for the 2011 legislative session is the correct balance between eliminating and streamlining regulations without harm to the public. In the governor's State of the State address, he repeatedly called for an end to unnecessary regulation. And the legislature has already delivered by filing over 15 bills that would either deregulate some professions or reduce and streamline a number of regulations. And the Institute is monitoring very closely 2 of these bills, House Bill 5005 and 5007, which were filed last week by the House Business and Consumer Affairs Subcommittee, calls for the deregulation of the division of Florida condominiums, timeshares, and mobile homes, and removes DPR's authority to enforce compliance. And because of the governor's call and the legislature's action for filing deregulation bills and streamlining bills, I recently posted a memo on each of the FICPA's section web pages asking each of you to look at the statutes and rules that impact your area of practice, and to let me know which statutes and rules have accumulated over the years that are simply outdated and just sitting on the books. And I look forward to receiving your comments so that we can present them to the governor, the legislature, and the appropriate state agencies. As of March 20th, there were a total of 1,919 bills that had been filed, of which the FICPA is currently monitoring 241 of these bills. The 241 bills that we are currently monitoring either contain germane CPA language or a relevant statute has been referenced in the bill that could be amended between now and the end of session, having some positive or negative impact on the profession. In addition to House Bill 5005 and 5007, there are 21 other bills we are monitoring very closely with the Common Interest Realty Association section of the FICPA. There are also 129 bills filed that contain either new or old CPA language that we are monitoring, which includes House Bill 413 and Senate Bill 662. This legislation will require licensed CPA firm who performs accounting and auditing services outlined in Section 473, 302, Paren 8, Paren A of the Florida statute, which includes audits, reviews, and compilations, to undergo a peer review once every 3 years as a condition of firm license renewal. There are also 141 tax-related bills that we're closely monitoring with members of the FICPA's Florida State Tax and state and local government legislative review teams. All 241 of these bills are being tracked and monitored by the Institute. And when we need an extra set of eyes, we will reach out to our subject matter experts who serve on one of the many FICPA section legislative review teams for their input. And to repeat something I said earlier, we simply could not cover as much ground as we do without our member involvement. You are truly the team behind the team, and we greatly appreciate all you do to assist us. During our next legislative and regulatory update, I will be providing an update on several key bills the Institute is monitoring, on how the 2011-12 budget is shaping up, and provide highlights from the Florida Board of Accountancy's March 25th meeting. And if you have any comments, suggestions, or topics of interest that you would like to address on a future broadcast of the Legislative Regulatory Update, please email me at Johnson, the letter J, at FICPA.org. Again, Johnson J at FICPA.org. Until next time, I'm John Johnson. Have a great week.